I've just finished editing tonight's video, which is a combination of random clips, as usual, from the last couple of days. It's Monday evening and I'm actually out here with Rainbow Boy, Nero, who, as you can see there, he's looking pretty bright, but I have to say he's running a temperature at the moment. He's had a temperature of 40 degrees. I have spoken to the vets. I don't want to worry you all. I do think that he's just picked up a little bit of a bug because we've had a lot of change in temperature over the last few days. We've had quite a bit of rain too, and he's just feeling a little bit under the weather. He's not eating his food inside, so I've brought him out here just so that he can choose what types of grass he wants to eat, because the beauty of this part of the land is that there's a whole load of different types of meadow grass and herbs that he can choose from and decide what's right for him. So I wasn't going to actually let you know in tonight's video about him not being well because I didn't want to worry you. But as you can see, he's perky enough now, and I will tomorrow share some of the footage of him when he wasn't looking quite so bright. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. With it being half term, Bailey's off school and he's doing lots of baking, so there's a bit of that. But you will also get to see that amazing moment when Michael puts the very last tile on Bessie's barn roof. A massive thank you to everybody who's been able to contribute again. If you've not been able to, don't worry, just if you could share it, even like the videos, let other people know about our channel, because it all helps spread the word. Good night from me and good night from Nero. Bailey's just planning for his week of baking and cooking, so he's going to experiment with lots of different things, and we're just sat here in the car doing our shopping list, and we've got Teddy Bear out here inspecting everything. He's just been licking the bonnet, hasn't he? Yeah. What are you going to be cooking this week?
Well, we only got 2 things down so far, but the first one is just a plain white bread loaf, because I've never made bread before, and I think it would be quite a basic thing just to get me started on it.
Okay.
And a nutmeg custard tart, which I've never made a tart before either. So.
No, so that's going to be 2 new things tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's a good start to the week. You want a carrot cake, don't you?
No, I want to call him the caterpillar cake.
Bless him. Check this out. This is all the grass seed that I threw down here a couple of weeks ago, and it's growing really, really well. I'm very pleased with that. Holly would be proud. Bailey's appeared before 10 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm in a coordinated outfit, not my pyjamas, for the first time in weeks.
I know, that's quite impressive. What are you starting with today?
Bread.
So you're going to make some bread, and then we've changed from the custard tart
to
coffee and walnut cake, was it?
Yep.
Bear wants to come with you.
I want him to come with me too.
Aww. Right, well, happy baking. Look, Teddy Bear, there's a bit of apple on the floor.
Apple.
Well, I have to say, typical bank holiday Monday. The rain's come. Some of you may have seen that we just had a live running Hoyts and Jubbers. Just brought Teddy Bear out. I was going to give him a trim, but I can't if he's soggy. There's Micah up there. There's Nero, who had his own little adventures yesterday. Yes, poor Frey was bringing him in up the road and he got scared of the sign and chose to come the final part on his own. So luckily Frey's all right. He's all right. There's Annie up there. The noise is the Manitou, because we've got Michael here planning to finish off a little bit of the roof up there on Bessie's barn. Yeah, the rain is putting a little bit of a dampener on everything right now. Teddy's had a little spring clean and a little trim up, and he's going to play zebras today, aren't you?
Mummy, where's my beard gone, and why is it not purple?
Your beard has gone and it's not going purple.
Mummy, I want a purple beard.
I'll give you a purple beard. Can I draw a purple beard on you? Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Hoytsy's having a bath because he's going in stable stays tonight. He's missed it. He's not been in there for about a week. He'll be very happy going back in there. Well, look, Michael looks like he's got moss on his knees, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks really You look like Kermit.
Or Bambi.
Yeah, you're very health and safety conscious, as we can see. This is apparently the trickiest part of the roof, getting all these tiles to slide underneath the existing ones. They're all the smallest tiles. That's where, as I said before, it's diminishing courses, so you get the little tiles at the top and then coming down to the much larger ones at the bottom. Bailey, what have we got here?
We have a coffee and walnut cake batter, which I'm about to put into the cake tin. And we have the dough, which is currently proving for the bread.
Excellent. Are you going to show everyone the dough?
Okay.
And is that, I believe, a damp tea towel?
Yes, because it says to put a damp tea towel over the top.
I've just come down to get Iceman, and I've just taken his muzzle off, which he's wearing a lot of the time. And of course he's taking full advantage of being able to stuff his belly. But he's still coming in every day, and he stands in without food for about an hour to 2 hours before he has his gastrogard. But you can see, because we've had so much rain the last few days, he's managed to go in all the very boggy bits in the field, as has Uber over there. Haven't you, sweetheart? There's our other little sheepies. And hopefully by the time you see this, you'll have seen Tamara's lovely video that she took of the sheep when they first moved down here, when we still had little Astra, who, if you've not picked up on it, unfortunately she sadly passed away last week. Now, with it being race day, I just need to wait for a gap in the traffic coming up the road. There's just a couple coming up now. Most of the time, our lane, we get probably 10-20 cars a day, but when the racing is happening, it's a fairly constant stream. So there's two there, and the great thing about being on the hill is we can look down and see how many are on their way. Most of them are quite respectful, but some of them will occasionally just sit right behind the horses as we're taking them up the road, because they're in a little bit of a rush to get to the races. But I think we've got a gap now, so I'm going to pull him away from scoffing his face. Come on, Iceman, let's get you in and get those legs cleaned up. Mr. Iceman, it's supposed to be spring, coming into summer, a cleaner time of year, but not judging by what you look like right now. It's very, very disgusting. It's like going back to winter. That's a little better, Iceman. Most of the mud is gone, apart from that little bit up on your ear that I've missed. And now you get to stand in your stable for about an hour. He's had a full tube of omeprazole for the last 2 weeks. He's now going down to half a tube a day for the following 2 weeks before we go and get him scoped again. So once again, thanks to everybody who's contributed towards his medication and towards his vet's costs. Iceman, you can look longingly at the feed room, but you're going to have to just have Kathleen the carrot as your company for the next hour. Then you can have your tea. Okay, Bailey, how are we doing?
Good. I have bread, coffee and walnut cake. I think I got the measurements wrong, so I think I'm going to make another one of that. So that
Why? What do you think isn't right with that?
The cake tin. I got the cake tin. That cake tin's too big, so I'm going to make another one.
Oh, so is that a little bit smaller than it should be?
Yeah, because that whole batter was meant to be spread across 2 cake tins, so I'm going to make another one.
Okay, so it's not because it didn't rise?
Oh, no. No, it did
okay.
rise. It has risen.
Oh, okay. And so how's the bread going?
Ta-da! It's not gone in yet because it's just doing a second proof.
Oh, so why would you second prove it?
the book says.
So Bailey and I have been watching a lot of Junior Bake Off to get inspired, and we watched the baking one yesterday, didn't we?
Fry before until doubled in size at 1 hour normal room temperature. Don't let the dough overrise or become too. I think it's so that it's light and fluffy.
Okay.
So it's light, fluffy, and enjoyable to eat.
Excellent.
But if it overrises, then it'll collapse in the oven. We can't have that. We can't have collapsed bread.
No, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
It'd be absolutely despicable and terrible.
Okay. Iceman's ready for his medication. Yeah, we'll take the lid off. And over the nose. All right, sweetheart. Good boy. Putting the side of the mouth against the teeth so that it actually just sticks to his teeth at the back and he can't spit it out. He knows the drill now, so he's very good with it. Here's Annie and Xiao on the right. Little Dow doing a bit of sunbathing. Teddy's just come round to supervise me cleaning out the friendship barn. Got everything out. Just giving it a good pressure wash out and clean. Ready for tomorrow's visitors. What a beautiful sight. And when the little floppy doos has come round as well. He's babysitting Xiao today. Okay, who's the culprit? Just cleaned it. Somebody's had to go and poo. Doubtson, was that you? Or was that Teddy who went and did it and then snuck off? It doesn't look like a Doubtson poo. So I'm suspecting it was Teddy Bear. Are they? Well, Annie just came to see whether you'd left any lunch for her.
Not a single thing left.
It's just not acceptable, is it, Annie?
I can feel your warm breath on me.
Yeah.
I'm covering up, guests are coming now.
Our visitors for stable stays have just arrived. So I've just shown them in there. Come back up here. There's Dow, Teddy Bear, Annie, Micah and Hannes, who've just done a bit of groundwork with me and Hol. And then Hoytsy looking all handsome, ready to go and have a nice night in stable stays. Jobbers, you're going to lose your buddy for the night. Eh? And Michael is right on the last few tiles up there. Oh, and look, we got a hole.
Yeah. Can I put the pony out with the boys, or will that finish him off?
It could potentially finish him off because
Okay.
he's made quite a big hole in that muzzle, hasn't he?
Okay.
That's Hoytzer all checked into the stable. He's very happy because he's got his tea now. And I'm just going to go and see how the Bailey's bakes are doing.
Okay, the first cake kind of didn't work out because it kind of broke apart. So now we have half a cake and pieces of cake can be dipped into there. We have cupcake.
What's the sauce then that you've got with it?
That's just like the icing that would normally go on top of a coffee and walnut cake. Yeah, that's just the icing that you can like dip in.
So
I
what
made
you
cupcakes instead, which I'm gonna cut the top off.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna layer it with a bit of that, and then I'm gonna put it back on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How about put a bit of buttercream on the top?
That is buttercream.
Oh.
It just looks.
Oh, is that your bread in the oven? Let's have a look at your bread.
Yeah, that's the
This is the
other side.
first time that you've ever made bread.
Yeah, so if it's bad, don't blame me. Blame.
I don't blame anyone for anything. Oh, that looks really good, Bailey.
Got a couple more minutes, I think.
And that's your second loaf?
No.
No?
That's my second loaf.
That's so cool. I know what we're having for dinner tonight.
Bread.
Yeah.
Bread.
Hol wants to know if your coffee and walnut cake is ready for her to try.
Yeah, sure. Send
Yeah.
it down.
Okay. Anyway, see what's in the office for you.
Oh, whoa, look at that. Whoa, is this Bailey's bacon?
It is.
Nice. I like that.
Is that your honest? I thought it was a little bit dry. It was a little bit overcooked, but it's got good flavour.
Yeah.
Check me out being a food critic.
It's lacking moisture.
Yeah. But you'll eat it anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. For anyone wondering how Micah's mane is doing or how her neck is doing, it's healing up really well. I don't know whether you can see in here. So the areas where it was very sore up here, I've just applied more of the heel balm to it, and it's definitely not as dry and sore, and I'm actually really pleased with how the heel balm has softened the skin. So it's a little bit greasy now with all the cream that she's had in over the last couple of days, but I'm going to give it one more day before we wash it and freshen it all up. But she's a lot more comfortable than she was, aren't you, Mai? So we get your fly sheet back on, your Mary sponsored fly sheet. On the subject of fly sheets, I actually heard from Malcolm, who's doing all our printing, that all of the others will be finished today, so I'll be picking them up, probably not tonight because I don't want to do battle with the race traffic, but I'll go and get them all tomorrow so that everybody will have their own fly rug, and then Teddy Bear can stop being a zebra. Here's little Floppy Doo, who's been babysitting Zhao all of today, but he's going to go free rein tonight. Just brought him round here to give his sarcoid a clean up. So remember, if you're squeamish, look away because it's pretty grim. And this is what it's looking like at the moment. So not pleasant. But this one at the back is looking quite close to falling off. This one looks like it might take a few weeks more, so I've just sent pictures to Sam today and I'll catch up with him this week as to whether we look at putting another band on with the Liverpool cream. I also want to talk to him about Bear, about a product that Lisa Strong has recommended that might help with his bone density, but I might catch up with Rainbow where he went to have his initial assessment, because he is resting that leg more than I would like to see. I think he's happy enough and comfortable enough, but I do worry that it's deteriorating quicker than we'd like it to. Go on, what was that, Michael? Is that the last one?
That's the one. That's it.
Woohoo! Oh my goodness!
Put the flag up.
Yay, that's amazing. Look at it. Well done, Michael. We're just talking about some of the finishing touches in here, and Michael was saying about using lime putty.
Yeah, just mix it in a bucket, like a full bucket of water, maybe that much lime putty out of a 25 litre, and just mix it till it's quite creamy, like almost pouring cream.
Right, yeah.
And we put a couple of coats on in here,
Yeah,
and it will look prettier.
it's so white and bright, you know. It's really nice finish.
Just like your t-shirt.
That's cute.
You still look like Kermit with those things on your knees.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Don't put that video on.
Why?
Why?
I've
Oh, that's
already
better.
put
Oh,
one
my
on.
knees can breathe as well.
I've just noticed there's a lead water pipe there.
Well, there's water in here, you know.
There used to be a little water
Oh, did
thing in there, but of course all the water was disconnected.
Anyway, the last slide's
Yeah.
on and finished.
Yes, it's done.
And on video.
We've got the celebration pose as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
That wasn't a dab, was it?
I'm glad it's done. It's very hard work, that.
Aren't those little ones beautiful?
I mean,
Yeah.
there's still a lot left, but that's because I've had to put some other bigger ones in the middle to match rows up. But
You know what I noticed, Michael, when I was standing up there a couple of days ago?
there's one
A
of
slate
the
on the
little
ends there.
slides, big
Well,
slides, yeah. And they weren't
moved a
off
bit.
when I did that roof.
Oh no, they weren't. It's only been recently. But is that relatively straightforward just to...
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Everything's straightforward for Michael to do.
It is. We like
Don't
yes
ask me to
people.
reslate that because I'll refuse.
Why?
Because that's big enough.
What about the shipping?
Well, yeah, but that'll be new slate. So that I'm not kidding. That slate down in those pallets is the most amazing stuff.
Oh,
but
it is beautiful. Heavy.
it's bony, hard to use. Some of it's so thick you can't make a hole in it. So what you have to do is chop a little slot in the edges. Because as soon as you try and hole it, it just breaks.
Really? Wow.
I think my barn roof at home, I nearly slotted the whole lot on the sides.
Really?
Instead of holing.
So doing the shipping, obviously, I want, because they do 3 different qualities of Wellington tiles, don't they?
I told you what to go. I go for the strongs because they're
Yeah.
a bit ropey and.
Yeah.
If
So
you
they're
get
the ones in the
best,
middle.
The best are flat as a pancake and horrible and new.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But
I
if
want
you get,
something
they're
that
called
looks...
strongs.
Yeah.
They're a bit bony like these. Not as bony as that, but they're a bit.
Riven. They're still
They're a
riven.
bit twisted and rough, and they look a lot nicer.
Okay. We will
Yeah, I'm
put
going to come back tomorrow night, point the verges, which is just down the edges, and I'll put the guttering on tomorrow.
Excellent.
And I'll probably clean this and that away.
Yeah. See, this is what I like about Michael, apart from obviously his work is beautiful and fantastic, is he tidies up after himself. There are so few people who do that.
Electricians don't, and plumbers
Oh,
don't.
our electricians do, they're very good.
Yeah.
Vulcan.
But I've had them and they sweep it into a corner and leave it there, and I'm like, well, why don't you put it in the bin?
No, it's got to be swept up and taken away.
Yeah. Like this week, I'll try and. Oh no, I won't self-level that yet till you've painted it now.
Oh, okay.
You get it lime washed and then.
Right, so if we get the lime putty this week
Yeah.
and get that done.
Okay.
Do it reasonably thick, like
Yeah.
you know,
Like
pouring cream, quite thick pouring cream, but not really thick because it's hard to get on otherwise.
Hida, I know that you like to come in the stable, but I'm about to go up the ladder to change the light bulb. You don't care, do you? We got Nero next door. Nero, are you going to mind if I go up the ladder? Eh? He says I don't care. He says it's a little bit odd you being that high. Hida doesn't care in the slightest. I might stop filming while I climb up the rest of the way. Otherwise my health and safety is as good as Michael's is. But Tamara came and assisted with the health and safety aspect. And look, it works. Yay! Thanks, sis. And look, Hida couldn't care less that I'm above him. Hida? Hida? Hello? No, he's not bothered.
He's too busy eating.
Yeah.
So everything is done, and you'll be, yeah. So we have cake, which I've mostly eaten by now. The half of it did break off when I cut it.
Yeah, but
So
Hole
now-
liked
I
it.
know. But now we have pots, and you can dip pieces in.
Okay.
Like, very, very big brain of me to think of that. But the rest of it, since I didn't want to do that again and just have one cake and multiple pieces, cupcakes.
Wonderful. And this is your bread, so your 2 loaves of bread.
It's like hard, but that just gives it a really nice crunch in my opinion. And
Okay,
everyone
well
likes it,
I should think warm with a bit of butter. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Can you make sourdough next? I only eat sourdough bread.
Okay, well, dough is my new enemy.
Oh, okay. Did you not enjoy making the bread?
I enjoyed making the bread. I enjoyed making the bread, just not making the dough.